had a great resurgence here in the last few days. My God, you really dug down to there in the lows. Again, you guys see that scam wick here from the liquidation event came down to $1.77. So you guys are probably looking at it, they're like, I don't see that wick on my chart. It's the aggregated chart. That's what you guys are looking for there. Aggregated charts are going to show those full liquidation wicks, and my God, are they mischievous. So you guys can see that the double bottom, though, came in literally at the low here from September of 2023. So nice resurgence in there. Let's go ahead and mark up this area as well so that we kind of have like a bottom band to our support there. We're well above 350 as well. That's good to see. Let's mark up some of the key resistances, and then I'll get more nitty gritty with some of the down here. So you guys can see that these are some of the other key levels that we identified here. So you had the top over in here, the top here coincides with the final bounce in here before those down candles. This, once again, like we talked about previously, resolved the imbalance that was created there, taking that out and then having permission to move a little bit lower there. So this would have been the higher low you want to see set in. Until you reclaim 722 short term, you are still on the bearish side of things. You are back in a deep accumulative pocket. This is looking like a double bottom right now, but back above 722 is where ICP starts to flourish again, and people can start saying, yeah, there's clear bullish continuation. You see that breakout, that back test, and then moves higher. That would also be a reclaim of the 50-week moving average, and also pretty close to that 200-week here. And you are trying to reclaim above the short-term MAs. So again, back here on the daily, seeing a little bit of that momentum back off when you do see those huge impulses like that. It's not abnormal to see that, which again is why we've been de-risking out of Zcash a bit here. Although I think we can go higher, there is a very good likeliness that you see a little bit of selling occur after overextension. So I'm going to get rid of this here though, and let's look at the last level here that I want to see kind of hold short term. So this 445 level is also pretty important to the market. You guys can see there was a bounce back here. There was bounces here, resistance here, support bounces in here. We broke below that, big no-no, right? Found support at the previous double bottom, creating a double bottom, and now we're holding above it. So this needs to hold. This short term is your line in the sand. Above 450 opens up the potential momentum to start testing the 750 and beyond figures. Let's look at a couple other things here, guys. I don't want to spend too much time on any single chart today. Make sure we get a little bit of love across the board. There's a little bit of bounce here around the $28 mark. There's also a little bounce here around the $40 mark. I hope you guys see why that happens right here. Then also this, neither of those have been fully resolved. This was a pretty good breakdown backtest in here, but I think that we could probably dig a little bit deeper up into that previous level. So if I was watching for imbalances, that's my area of interest I'd be watching for. It'd be roughly 28 to 40, and that's roughly a 4 to maybe a 7x from current market to those levels of interest. Now, Fibonacci wise, you can use this high up in here, or you can use the high that was set over in here. So let's go from the more local. It gives us 32 to 79. If we use the ultimate high over in here to the low that was set, we do have a little bit overlap here. That's going to be right around the $68 mark. We see two Fibonacci figures there. The $32 to $34 mark is also relatively heavily supported. And then beyond, more extension based, 137 to 147 is those areas of interest.